Good morning. We're on day 2 of framing. It's honestly been a trying couple of days for me. Not knowing exactly how this process works, not being a general contractor or a builder by trade. There's some things that have snuck up and bit me in the rear. And although we're making it through it, it's a little bit frustrating or a little bit stressful, I guess. But ultimately, we're getting it done. It's looking great, and I'm excited about how the process is going. It's just all those little things. Let's talk about a couple of those things real quick. So the first thing was, I don't know how I did it, but I totally mismeasured 2 windows on the house, the ones that are in the master bath shower. I ordered them at 8 foot, and my plan only had them in there at about 5.5 foot, so we had to completely rethink how that room was done. And that was fine. That was a pretty easy solution. I didn't draw on the plans for the framing guys how tall the back windows were on the back side of the house, what the top of the windowsill was, and they put them all in at the wrong place. I was in town getting more lumber, and they totally missed it. A quick phone call could have fixed that, but they didn't call me. They just put them where they thought they should go. And I guess since I mentioned it, the lumber, I don't know how I miscalculated so much, but I've been off by several hundred boards. My original framing package was 10 grand, and I spent another 4 grand yesterday running to town to get lumber 3 times. And that's the way these things go, especially, like I said, when you're not super experienced, and I'll take some ownership of all that. And then I guess the last thing is, these guys are moving so fast, and they're just staying pretty far ahead of me, and it's taken all my mental effort to try to figure out how to get some of the pieces done. What I'm working on right now is at the bottom of the building, there's a 10 ledge. Well, ultimately I should have really set that 2x6 wall in 1/2 inch, and then we could sheath over the top of it, and then put some fir strips across, and then put the 10 on top of that. Well, I didn't do it that way. I set the 2x6 right at the edge of the flush with the metal. So what that means is I'm not going to be able to put any fir strips on. It's fine. The zip system will hold up the metal just fine. It's not the most perfect way to do it. And then my framers are ready to start hanging the sheathing, and I don't have the base trim yet. And I called the metal building company. It's right before Christmas, and they're only open until 1 o'clock today. So the guy that I'm dealing with down there is scrambling, trying to see if they can get this base trim made up for me. I need 175 feet, and we literally can't start putting the sheathing up until I get that. It's 10 o'clock right now. I called him at 8:30. I still don't have an answer back as to whether they're going to be able to do it today or not. I got my framers here for 1 more day, and then they're going back to Oklahoma City. So it's a bit of a time crunch, and the holidays aren't helping out with any of that stuff. And I think they're a little frustrated. I'm a little frustrated with the whole process. But like I said, ultimately, it's all going to be great. It's all fine. There's nothing in here that happened or that's happening that's not a solution, that we can't find a solution for. But it's just one thing. It's the way it goes. That's why it's building. All right, well, let's go check it out, see where we're at right now. Good morning. We're out here on the job site at the 19 on day 7, and the framing crew got here a little late, but they got here and we're getting started on that. The metal crew is working on what they need to get done, and everything's kind of going. I'm excited to see what the framing crew does today. Terrified a little bit.